Reacting to Duke's reunion. I checked. I haven't done this one yet, so let's get started. I'm going to skip the intro so we didn't get a copyright claim.
Had a lovely time. Now, the centenary was long over, but the engine still talked about it a great deal. You know, you should go live with Tallyland in Wales or have him live here with us. That would solve everything. I can't do that. As much as I enjoy being with my mate, my place is here, and his is in Wales. I would never want to leave here.
Yes, I share the gospel.
I do wish Tallyland lived closer.
I'm not ashamed to share the gospel.
Only seeing your brother in more than decades is just not right. I haven't seen my siblings in well over a century. And all my siblings are dead, I think. You know, you haven't told us much about your siblings, Duke. Yeah, I don't even remember their names, aside from Prince. Princess Palmerston, Welsh Pony, and Little Giant, who's been dead for God knows how long. Good riddance.
Whoa!
The engines were shocked by such a harsh statement. My goodness, Duke. Don't you think that's a bit disrespectful? Duke's face fell. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. It's just in the end, I didn't get along too well with my siblings. What do you mean? Well, this was back in 1879. Before I came to the Mid-Sodor Railway, I worked on the Festiniog Railway for a little while. I was the last of what they called the England class. 6 of those were built. They were Princess, Prince, Palmerston, Welsh Pony, Little Giant, and Mountaineer, who was withdrawn whilst I was being built. Little Giant was withdrawn in 1932. Anyway, I was more than 10 years younger than any of my siblings, and that was the main issue. Back then, I was bouncy and eager and easily agitated. That is one of the hardest things to imagine ever. Duke being hyper? Yes, I was very hyper, and the other engines weren't too fond of this. At first, we all got on very well, but teaching me was extremely difficult. I wasn't bad, I meant well. Yeah, I was just a little stubborn and wouldn't listen. And of course, I'd get into trouble. Gosh, what did you do? Well, the one thing that ruined it all was that accident I had with some coaches very shortly before I left. I was supposed to shunt them into a side, but wasn't thinking straight and went the wrong way. I was too busy thinking about my proud Grace. By the time my driver realized, it was too late. Welsh Pony was coming with a passenger train, and he smashed right into the coach.
Oh, tell me passengers didn't get hurt. Oh, no.
Oops. Duke, what on earth are you doing, you clumsy boob? Coaches are supposed to go in the other direction. The passengers were crossed too. Another engine had to come clear up the mess. The manager wasn't happy, and that evening, as I was being cleaned up, I overheard the others talking in the shed. Just pathetic. Bloody engine's a mess. Well, I tried to teach him, but he was too snooty about his grace. Pah! His grace? More like his arse. Excuse me, Little Giant. I didn't hear the rest of the conversation. I was too ashamed of how disgraceful I was. That was the last I remember of them. I was sent to the Mid-Sodor the next day, but I had a different attitude. I wasn't going to be the donkeys behind that I was. I pulled myself together and took extra pride in my work. So that's what influenced you. Gosh, I never thought you would be a troublesome engine in your youth. Do you miss your siblings? Like, would you want to see them again? No, I wouldn't want to see me again. They're too hot-haired to even think of me. Now, don't say that. They may be sorry and wish they'd give their little brother a great goodbye. Pah! And with that, Duke huffed away. But the end...
Okay, I'm just gonna say, I feel like his brothers were a little harsh. Like, that it was just the way they treated him was terrible. I mean, yeah, they're giving him a hard time, and he would, yeah, these accidents would happen, but I feel like families should be there for their siblings. Yeah, they make mistakes, but it doesn't mean you talk badly about them. I mean, Malachi and I have had our arguments, and yeah, sometimes we get annoyed with each other, but that doesn't mean that we would never want to see each other again. We still love each other, and we still care about each other. Anyways, let's continue. Oops, wrong button.
Could see he was not happy. So could his passengers. Duke was abnormally silent as the day went by. That evening, Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel saw him resting alone by the carriage sheds. Cheer up, Grandpa. What's the matter? Oh, nothing. Just tired from a hard day's work. We know you're sad. We can see it. Is it about your siblings? Duke said nothing.
Of course
he
not.
just stared sadly at the ground. You know, even though you may not get along with your blood family, you've got me and Peter Sam. Exactly. We've been through many adventures together, and we're proud of our old Grandpa. Duke felt a little better. You're absolutely right. You two have been the best friends anyone could have asked for. We three are the Mid-Sodor Musketeers. Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel were glad Duke was feeling better. But even so, they came up with a plan.
I know that look. What is Peter Sam planning?
Months went by, and Duke had taken his mind off his brothers and
It's Sir
sister.
Handel. You know what I mean.
That is, until one day Mr. Percival had a special job for Duke.
Oh.
I want you to pick up an important visitor at the transfer yards. No coaches will be necessary. Who is this visitor?
What?
I don't know his name, but be on the lookout for someone special. Duke was confused, but agreed. On his journey, he tried to guess, but just could not figure out who the special visitor was.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying Mr. Percival's. I don't know who it is. He knows who it is. I'm not buying it.
He rolled into the transfer yard, looking all over for someone who looked special. Well, where is this visitor? I don't get what's so secret about him or her. Looking for someone?
What?
Yes, Bertram, Wait a minute. You're not Bertram. Oh, my God. It can't be.
What?
Hello, Duke. Prince? Good gracious, I don't believe it. Good to see you, buddy. But why are you here? I to help deliver that tent. What on earth is that tent doing on the rails? Well, the workmen all gathered around and quickly dismantled the tent. And under the tent was an engine.
What?
Palmerston? What are you doing here? We're the special visitors, of course. How are you, old Duke?
How much do we want to bet that the rest of his brothers are going to show up? Why do I feel like that's what's about to happen here?
Duke was so baffled yet happy that he didn't know what to think. What are you two doing here? After 136 years, you just pop out of nowhere? We thought we'd pay you a visit. It's been far too long since we've seen you, and it's our biggest regret. Wait, but I'm confused.
Oh, okay.
I was so arrogant.
I know where this is going.
I thought you wanted me gone. I heard you all in that shed that night.
Supper time.
What we said that night, well, we never really meant it. When we found out you had gone the next day, we felt terrible that we hadn't given you a proper goodbye. You were arrogant and troublesome at times, but you were a determined young engine who just had a few problems controlling yourself. You're our brother, Duke, and that will never change.
Aww.
We've got to head back to Croven's Gate. There's going to be a party for our guests. After Duke had been turned around and buffered up, the three brothers set off.
Bet you the others are going to be there. I'm
So
putting
you see,
my...
old Dukey, we had a bit of a disagreement, of course, but we were very sad to see you leave. Even gruff little giant was sad. He would have loved to have seen you again. Rest in peace, old brother. Yes, indeed. But I forgot to ask, what about the others? Our Welsh pony and Princess. Welsh pony's been mended, and Princess is a static display.
I bet you they're there.
I see.
I doubt that. I bet you they're there.
It would have been nice to see them again. Oh, you have got to be joking.
I told you!
Well, if it isn't me own little brother, Duke. Surprise! Okay, what is going on? Who arranged this? Your controller, of course. And we gave him the idea. You did? Just for me? Of course. We could tell you wanted to see them. Duke was so touched he didn't know what to say. People wondered if he was going to cry. Then his face went sad. Princess, and especially you, Welsh pony. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for the way I was. My dear chap, do you think we have a grudge against someone who survived 2 decades in a shed buried under earth, yet always held on to his hope? There's something called maturing, Duke. You were a young engine back then, and my God, you are such an inspiration now. We've all heard your story, and we were dead impressed. Wow, I guess I must have had the wrong impression of you all. By the way, did you all know that I'm no longer the youngest? Oh, we already know all about Bertram, and we gladly welcome him into our Festiniog family. The Festiniog engines all lined up for photographs, including Bertram. Duke whispered to him, You know, if I was able to forgive you, I should have known that they would easily forgive me. And with that, there was a celebration for the Festiniog reunion.
That was an awesome video. Anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next video. This is K-Bear 101 signing out. Adios, everybody.